Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can do what's called thick throwing and then cutting into it, which is called fluting. So you end up with a curved shape on the inside and then these decorative cuts on the outside. That can be done when it's a little bit harder off the wheel, or it can be done while on the wheel. I'm going to show you on the wheel. All right, so first thing you want to do is center your clay. Think about the shape that you want because you want to leave your walls pretty thick to be able to do this successfully. So I've centered it. I'm going to start with putting my hole down in the center. Okay, as I pull out my walls, I'm trying to make sure that I can keep them consistently thick. Okay, so your amount of clay will be more than you're used to using probably. Next, I'm going to pull up the walls, also trying to keep it thick. So my goal is to leave about a 1/2 inch thick all the way up. Depending on the severity of your flutes, you might want it more or less. Now you can do, I'm gonna keep mine just a cylinder for my cutting purposes, but if you wanna make it something that gets bigger or smaller, your cutting's just a little more complicated when you go to do the fluting versus the straight up and down, which I'm gonna do. Okay, so my cylinder is pretty neat and clean. I'm going to take my rib tool and just press it against the clay, slowing down a little bit so that I can get a little more consistency in the overall form. Okay, the top I've got kind of like a weird decoration. I can always go and cut that off too. Let's actually say, just for complication's sake, I want the top to have like a little bit of a different design. So I'm gonna neck it in a little bit. The vase video shows you a little more with that. But so I'm creating this separate ring at the top. This part I'm not gonna leave fluted. I'm just gonna have it be up at the top. So this whole area here is where I'm gonna do my fluting. It is definitely worth it to measure if you want consistency. So if I want even cuts on each side, I might wanna mark where I wanna do those cuts. Now you can use this tool, you can also use your knife tool, but what you would just do is choose how wide and pull with your wire straight down. Just like anything with ceramics, this takes a lot of practice. Okay, so once again, trying to keep it kind of neat, not having a lot of water on the surface can be really helpful. Trying not to cut through the wall, which is also very possible. Trying to decide if I want 3 or just 2. I'm gonna do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now, obviously, when it's off the wheel, you can go back and clean up that form a little bit. So at this point, I don't wanna do any more on the wheel unless I'm just gonna do some little work right at the top, but that's how you do basic fluting with a ceramic form.